Hi, it's always nice lining up with you like this. And if this message found you, I'm feeling like there might be some contraction going on. A lot of people out here are living in a constant state of contraction. Think about it. The three-dimensional plane has us scared of everything, from the color of our skin to the money in our bank account. Everyone is after us and everything is running out. So what do we do out of reflex? We tighten up, right? We contract. Our breath becomes shorter and more shallow. We are in a constant energetic protection mode. A lot of times when I hold smaller group events, it's interesting to see and to feel how resistant so many are to human connection. I was like that at a point in my journey, so I totally get it, but many want not to be, but they are scared of the world and everyone in it. I'm always just happy at these events that they even get there or that they even get to drop out of their mind, even if it's just for a moment. But it's understandable because the world is beating them down and they just want to be free. They want to feel alive and they want to feel safe because a lot of times the experiences that really make us feel alive appear to be unsafe. But are they? Or is it just the perception of our reality? Ask yourself that question. Is that thing you want to do really unsafe in this infinite universe? And if you're inclined to share in the comments, share so we can all connect to you and to what the current truths that we hold actually are. Ask yourself, are you living in a state where you are bracing for the worst, rather than wide open to all that the universe can conjure up on your behalf? In any area of your life, maybe not in several, maybe it's just one aspect or a few. Our natural state is expansion, even at a cellular level. You were made for expansion. Every cell in your body knows it. Constantly renewing, responding, becoming. You are pure potential in motion, encoded with the divine impulse to evolve. You have a divine impulse to evolve. Every single molecule on this planet is constantly expanding. And think about how small that is. Molecules are even smaller than cells, and molecules expand from energy. The point I'm trying to make here is that it's what we're meant to do. This is our way of being. Expansion, expansion, expansion. But when we're all knotted up out of protection, we are resisting the energy of all that is. So we can't expand, just like the molecule. If you build walls around yourself, nothing is coming in. Nothing can cause you harm, but also nothing can come in and bring you joy either. Ain't nothing coming in, and you're blocking your blessings. We limit ourselves by only letting in what we think is safe. We leave the door wide open for the people, places, and things that have brought us comfort in the past. But because we're sticking to what we know, we aren't conscious of all the new things that are available to us. Things that could make us feel way better. Things that could create life inside of us. Things that could light up our world and that we could later wonder how we ever lived without them. We know you worked really hard to get where you are, and protecting your energy seems crucial. So sit with this. Sit with why it's so hard for you to be yourself. I almost said to be with yourself. That may be for someone. Or to be still. Why is it so hard for you to be still? Or why in conversation do you always seem to talk about the past? What this relationship was like and what that was like? Or why are you replaying stories over and over that don't feel good when you talk about them? A lot of times when we're living in victim mode and don't know it, we tend to focus on and talk a lot about our childhood and parents, about how we were wronged, about how it made us who we are in this particular way, and then we identify with that. No, 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 no. You gotta stop that. Stop making that your story. Because think about it. When you're a victim of anything at all, you're automatically in protection mode, constantly in contraction instead of expansion. And then the identity part. Ugh. Because what the you are giving yourself an excuse to be a certain way instead of taking responsibility so that you can choose to identify only with your I am presence, which is the presence of the Spirit of God, which is the perfect presence of all that is with limitless potential, which means you're limited by nothing, only the beliefs that you hold. And a lot of us still do this. I still catch myself being a victim from time to time. My entire life isn't victimhood anymore. Oh, but it used to be. And at that time, my spiritual growth was at a snail's pace. I was doing a lot of inner work, but I still felt stuck. I was still debilitated by fear in some aspects of my life. Others I was thriving in, but I had blocks I wasn't even aware of. And I was allowing them to keep me in a scared little girl mode. That's what I like to call it. My second plant medicine ceremony ever really nipped that in the bud, and I was so grateful. The shaman had channeled to me during my journey, stop being a victim. Are you going to take back control or play the victim? And let me tell you, I thought I had worked through that victim shit years prior with my therapist. I was heavy on that inner child work for like 2 years. I healed a lot. It was beautiful, but this wasn't about what I thought it was about. I spent the next, I'd say, 6 to 9 months receiving downloads and clarity from the medicine and the ceremony. I'd uncover one belief at a time out of nowhere when I least expected it, but that's just how it works. Then I was able to reprogram, which allowed me to be more open. There are so many ways that you can do this. Breathwork is incredible for this. I once committed to breathwork every single day, sometimes multiple times a day for 3 months so that I could heal my nervous system. And man, my anxiety pretty much disappeared. Breathwork can release DMT, which to me is like the spirit molecule. It's like this cosmic key that unlocks hidden doors inside of your mind. It floods your brain with light and it awakens neural pathways that have pretty much been sleeping on you, but then they can rewire and realign with truth. Capital T truth. Yes, I clapped. Breathwork is amazing. I'll link one of my favorite breathwork teachers on YouTube. Check him out. I teach breathwork as well, and if you come to one of my retreats or events, you'll get a chance to really feel the effects, which is the perfect time for me to insert this plug. The Connecting with Pachamama retreat in Peru is coming up. It's a full immersion, 7 nights, 8 days of plant medicine, breathwork, stillness, and others on your same frequency. It's a full digital detox in a quiet, remote little tiny beach town that's untouched, untrampled, and energetically aligned for deep work. The pace is slower there, and the silence is real, and it gives you space to finally breathe. If my words are hitting your spirit and they keep reappearing in your experience, it's not an accident. That's synchronicity at work. The nudge, the pull, trust it. Life is wonder-filled when you're open to it. And believe me, the cost of this retreat is nothing compared to the cost of staying stuck in protection mode and disconnected from your truth. So check out the link. It'll be pinned up in the comments. But yeah, when we are living in this constant state of holding on tight for our dear life, we're in that state of mind. Our nervous systems are all kinds of messed up, especially because we self-medicate on top of it with content, substances, people. And then there's that good old constant seeking of validation. It's the worst cycle to be in. And in that cycle, we only create more and more things that prove our belief that the world is out to get us. I know a lot of people in your life probably argue that we really should be watching out. We need to proceed with caution. I mean, look at what's going on in the world, right? It's scary out there. And I'm not going to deny that it is. But what I am going to activate in you right now, through the vibration of my voice, is the truth that it is totally possible that the world around you could be in complete chaos and you could be unscathed. In fact, you could be thriving. Just think about it. Aren't there people out there in the worst of times just killing the game? You know why? Because they aren't a victim. Because they stand in their power to know that they can do or have anything that they want. And they create from that space. And they've got that part down and they are thriving. But you know what they don't have down? How to love or how to be loved. Comment, I am grateful to have love in my life. If you're blessed with love of any capacity, what a blessing. Or how about to be vulnerable? How to feel? You would be so surprised to know how many people have asked me, how do I feel? People be out here not knowing how to feel, y'all. And that's worse than being broke, in my opinion. But those kind of people have different types of limiting beliefs. So don't get all butthurt about it and be like, why do they get all the good stuff and I don't? Because that's the victim mentality. You have the opportunity to discover conscious awareness around your beliefs and to change them. And then you can have everything. And they can't do if they do the work. But those people you can't stand so much because it seems like they got everything handed on a silver platter, they are in your experience for you to learn from, for you to be mad enough about that you do something about it. This planet is weird. Comment, this planet is weird if you feel me on that. I mean, it's so cool and there are so many amazing parts to getting to exist here, but the depths of being the main character in your movie that is the projection of your life is a freaking journey, to say the least. And then once you can even wrap your mind around that, it's more expansion and more expansion. And the cooler it gets, there's always some interesting shit going down to make you realize a way you can make your life even better. Because the balance of this planet will always prevail. But just remember, you get to choose the role that you play in your story. You can be a side character, the villain, or the victim, but why not be the protagonist? They always end up thriving. I think that's why the universe has made movies to be what they are for us, and why there's such a great analogy. Because whether you really, really, really believe it or not, this is all a projected movie, and it can all be beautiful if you allow it to. If you liked this message, please like it because that makes sense. And take a minute in time and space to share in the comments if you would. The energetic exchange is beneficial to all of us, and it also allows me to tune into your energy more clearly. That way Spirit can use me to receive and confirm what you're calling in. And you know how much I love that. If you're new here, you gotta know how much I love that. And welcome. This is a safe space, and if you ended up here, we are so happy to have you. Subscribe, you found your soul tribe, and there will be a lot that you will discover here. I'm speaking from experience. Enjoy your awakening. I love you, and so it is.